Okay guys, this map is called Departed. It's not very big, it's very small, sort of like Crash, but it's got a lot of indoor areas that you can take cover from Husk's fire, which is always a good thing. But you can get stuck on the railroad tracks, which is a very bad thing, so I've found a way to avoid the railroad tracks. Before I was trying to cut through the buildings, and that you can't really do that on the higher waves because the enemies are spawning like crazy from there, as you'll see on this wave. Whatever you do, do not go into the warehouse. I did this on earlier waves and got away with it, but on the higher waves, when you try to go through that door right there on the left to get out, it ain't going to happen. And here I like to go up the stairs most of the time, but they usually spawn a lot on the higher waves. To avoid getting stuck on the railroad tracks, hug this side right here and get to the stairs as quickly as you can. All these indoor areas are such a godsend for those husks, man. Those husks piss me off. Here you can do a lot of killing as you exit that door right there. You can kite the flesh pound a little bit if you want as well. But remember, there's still stuff spawning around you. There's a barricade here. Right there is a barricade right there that you can take cover from the husks as well. I like to snipe them from a distance after you pass that barricade. Don't attempt to kite the flesh pound in these tight areas. It's not worth the risk. You want to get into an open area. I still do not recommend going through the warehouse. I mean, you can do it if you want, but getting through that door can be very bad sometimes. Maybe if you have a katana, you quickly can slice through the hordes before they get you trapped. But it only takes a few seconds to get really screwed by something. So I do not recommend going through the warehouse. Avoid the railroad tracks because you can get stuck very easily on them.
Stitch that, you arsehole.
Lots of room to kite the flesh pounds, which is very good. And like I said, if you want to try to snipe the husks from here, you can. Or the sirens. That's a good spot to get the drop on them. Or you can wait by the door here. But don't get too greedy, or they will spawn behind you. Another effective kiting path that will work very consistently. Notice how the husk couldn't shoot me there. If you're on a higher plane than the husk, his shots will not hit you. They will never hit you if you're higher than him. if you have sirens and skrakes near each other, rage the skrake so he'll get away from the siren. If you can't snipe the siren, that is. You do not want to attempt to kill the skrake melee style when you're close to a siren. Trust me, it will not end well for you. Raging the skrake is not a bad thing if you have the axe. Again, scouting ahead to see where you're going to plant the pipes before you kill all the enemies is a must. As you can see here, there's a great area you can ambush Patty from if you get this trader that I got. That's 2 doors right there. Just plant the pipes there. But here's a big issue here, and you'll see what happens in the Patty fight. I could have easily been killed due to a mishap here. When you're planting pipes near the doors, you got to make sure that the door, if he opens the door, that the door isn't going to push the pipes away. That happens on this fight. You'll see what I mean.
I'm not coming back, boys, so make the most of it.
Come and get some of this, you ugly bastards. Come on if you think you're hard enough.
These pipes are okay. Where I make a mistake is on this door. I should have left the door open, but I closed it. If you're doing this method here, do not close the door. Do not close it. It's not worth the risk. As you can see, I closed the door and pushed the pipes a little bit to the right there. Watch what happens when Patty opens the door. You see how he pushes the pipes away? I was able to dodge the rocket luckily, and I had another pile waiting for him. Just don't close the door. You may not be as lucky.